Good evening from Yami BTV, you lot, right? Now, before we go live again tonight, get ready for another laugh, hopefully, after the shenanigans of last night. Big drama coming in from Manchester Airport. I believe the event and the incident took place on Tuesday morning. Now, I put a link in it for those who haven't seen it. There's loads of videos online on TikTok and that. I don't think it's reached too many places on YouTube yet, mind you. Now, first things first. Now, the original incident took place inside the terminal, inside the airport terminal when they're just getting off, right? Or coming through. Now, an altercation's taken place between members of the public and a few punches have been exchanged. The police have got involved and a female police officer has got her nose broken. Now, the video that is showing up there is the bit afterwards where a couple of men are coming through and they are being restrained on the floor, right? I hear that one of them, a police officer, was alleged to have said to one of them, "You're a wanted man," right? So I don't know if the incident from inside the terminal with that drama and these bits are joint at the hip, but there is a suggestion at the moment at this early stage. We're not going to speculate too far, but so far what we're talking about today is who's right and who's in the wrong. Now, they are being restrained on the floor. See this a lot in prison, you know, when prisoners, suspects are being restrained. Now, one officer takes it upon himself while one man is being restrained and there is an older policewoman, I think, holding him, his hands behind the back. So he's not really struggling and that kind of stuff. And that policeman walks up to him, got his taser out, pointing it everywhere, and decides to kick him and stump on his head after that man on the floor isn't really showing any suggestions or threats of violence. He does that with the gasps from the crowd, obviously filming it. What a stupid fool. He runs around the side where probably a friend of the friend that's on the floor is sitting with his hands behind his back, all happy, hunky-dory to, you know, go willingly and without violence to go to where they're going next, which would be probably to the police station or somewhere in that airport to be questioned about why they're being stopped and that anyway. He gets pulled to the ground by the same police officer and gets hit on the back of his head. What is being suggested makes me laugh, right? Probably that's what they're going to say. Heat of the moment, the stuff going on inside the terminal when, you know, sadly, the police officer lady got assaulted, which is not too uncommon when you're breaking up fights, and that's why you're a police officer. These things can happen during heated exchange when people are getting violent with each other. We don't promote it on Yami BTV, of course, but they will say that he is behaving in a way because probably the panic from all of that that's just taken place in there. But surely trained, saying that you can see quite clearly when someone's a threat. The suggestion is that the police actually saying that they were worried their tasers might get taken off them. Taken off by who? Not the two that are on the floor. That didn't look likely, but whatever else they mean is probably going to come to light very shortly. But I've met them over the years where it's just so unnecessary. Stump, kill. He can have brain damage from that. A few people, my friends and followers, has been messaging me saying, "But yeah, I've got friends doing life for Section 18. That's Section 18 GBH for that. He can't get off with that on camera." Let's see how it plays out, because I don't know whether you lot are privileged to have seen the bit inside the terminal. But either way, whether it was linked or whether that bit on that bit, when you're a trained firearms officer, your eyes are open, you're used to big situations, and it is quite a big situation. But the one thing that you must be able to see with your eyes, if you yourself or the public are at risk from those persons that you're arresting and restraining or being restrained already, if they are at everybody is at risk from them. And in this case, both parties in the video are not really at risk of to harm anybody because they are not resisting. So that's all we'll say for now, right? But I see you all very shortly.